young, I always resented my face. I always wished for another one. My brother had the most stunning face. As kids, we would close our eyes and run our hands over each other's faces, and his skull was simply superior. I don't take it personally, trust me. Tracing his skull, I felt ups and downs, and mine felt like a long, flat tablespoon in comparison. It all evened out, however, with his face spooning up a bit as he got older, and my face hollowing out. I haven't seen my brother in quite some time, but I would imagine, you could even say I hope, that he is not using his face in the way that I am. So, 2 faces, 2 lives, c'est la vie. But yes, when I was young, I always resented my face. I always wished for another one, and now it's my livelihood. My face, I mean. Of course, resentment and worship are 2 sides of the same coin. They're just 2 different types of flirtation. Oh, so very different. But next door neighbors. When I was young, I always resented my face. I always wished for another one. But as I got older, I realized that I had been praying to myself all along. For all those hours I spent staring in the mirror, all the hours that I spent staring at myself and waiting for something to give. Locking eyes with myself, I'd imagine changes. The forehead melting and stretching into the perfect shape. The nose slimming into something a bit more wieldy. The hairs between my eyebrows just falling out and floating away. Ha! It was loathing and it was rapture. I loved it. And I love it. And I worship my forehead, my eyebrow, my nose, my big ugly nose. It is my sundial. I wouldn't change it for the world. It's what got me here. Here. Where I am. Look, I don't mean to tell you what you already know. I don't mean to bore you. But it is worth repeating that I am respected and revered, as well as adored and desired. It's because I am so beautiful, but it's also because I am so talented. My beauty has a fearful effect on some. It strikes them dumb. People are afraid to say it. They're too afraid right now, right this instant, but soon they'll be saying it and writing it and printing it and broadcasting it. It's because I am so beautiful that they are so afraid. And I'm not only beautiful, I am also clever. I've not had an easy time of things, and that is what makes me so clever. When you have had an easy time of things, when you have not spent hours staring in the mirror, when you have not hitchhiked or wished or wanted or waited in the rain, it is much simpler or harder to develop a certain instinct that one absolutely must and simply needs to develop should one wish to succeed in one's life. You may look at me now, okay? Look at this face. Look at these clothes. Look at these rings. And you may think that I've always had everything. But it's only in not having anything that I have learned how to have something. And it's nice to be so clever, even if it means having been so sad. And my cleverness excites me the most when I'm clever about my beauty. For instance, being beautiful is a strength, but it is also a weakness, a chink in the old armor, eh? One time, I dirtied my face and I wore pants for 9 days straight, and as a result, I moved around and through as a handsome young man instead of as a beautiful maiden. And I felt invisible, and the invisibility scared me until I realized how safe that I felt. I don't mean to sound cynical. I hope I don't sound cynical. I think sometimes you just have to face the facts, I think. One time, I went to the museum with a backpack. Inside of the backpack was a full security guard uniform. I entered the galleries with a ticket. I changed into the uniform in the women's restroom. I prowled. I barked. I paced. I used a walkie-talkie. Nobody doubted me. Nobody said, "Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?" But when my face isn't dirty, when I wear my regular clothes, my status, my trajectory does tend to deny me certain pleasures, of course. If I was normal, I could go swimming or eat corn dogs. Simple pleasures, of course, but aren't goes the dearest. I wish I could go swimming. But I don't wish to be a nobody. What do I wish? I wish to nourish the parts of me that are warm and share those parts of myself with the world, with as many as will share them. Of course, the longer I stay here, the colder it gets. Sometimes there's more machines in the room than people, and what's alive, what's warm, feels invaded and unsafe against the necrophilia and the greed. My quest for warmth and my vivacious personality has often led to campaigns against me. Narrowed eyes, venomous voices. They say I'm a fraud. They say I am who I am when it's convenient. They say my delusions of grandeur and success will only get me so far. You don't have to lie to try and protect me. I hear them. I know that they say that. If there's something curated or delusional about me, it's not because I'm a fraud, it's because I'm an original. Style has always been suspect. 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 And beauty has always been criminal. Distrusting me is liking me, which means you like me. You like me. You really like. Sometimes I zoom off in the middle of what can be a very emotional delivery, a very charged delivery. You may not believe this, but I am absent. I can be nowhere and right here at the exact same time. In those moments, I feel nothing. Neither resentment nor worship. Certainly not glee nor rage. Not now. Glee or rage. The These days, what good would that do? Where would I find any of that? Glee? Where to store it? Rage? How to have it? How to lose it? Huh? How to channel it? Glee or rage these days?